Before starting anything significant in your life, you're required to plan. So you hear people throw it in the open. What's your plan? You tell them you're looking for a job. What's your plan? You tell them, oh, I want to get an apartment. They tell you, what's your plan? You ask, oh, I'm trying to take a new program, to just get a better professional degree so that I could like be more open to professional jobs, or just to get a better job at work. And they tell you, what's your plan? Even when things don't always go as planned, you are always advised to plan. Why is planning so important? Who cares if I plan? Why can't I just get to the exam hall and decide whether or not I want to read that particular topic after I see the question? All right. Why do I need to plan? Who cares? Who cares, really? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about planning. Why is planning so important? What does it do to me as a person? What is the process of planning? How do I plan effectively? What are the things to consider when planning? And why do major organizations, both schools and financial institutions like the bank industry and what have you, and probably the organization you work for, plan always? And how should planning be done? Really, should we just plan once, or should we plan once and take other smaller planning sessions in between? Stay tuned and please don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. And I'm so happy to have you here. If this is your first time on this channel, I am ACM, short form. Okay, short form for a creative miracle. And I'm so excited. I'm like super duper excited to have you on this channel. So make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Yes, now as per supporting your new favorite. And I'm going to be your new favorite. Like, just hold that one in your chest. Know this and make peace with your mind. I'm your new favorite. So please subscribe so that you don't miss it. Don't miss my new videos and what have you. Now, down to the topic. I'm going to start by sharing a story. There was a story of this um elder billionaire that went around in town, my town, one time. Now, this man had amassed so much wealth at a point in his life, and he goes home to the village for annual festive periods or the annual festive season, and he has a very fantastic idea in his mind. He wants to have the biggest building in his city, right? So let's say he lives in Abeokuta. This man wants to have the biggest building in the city, and he has a budget of $7 million. He wants to construct the biggest building in the city. Now, rather than call architects and engineers and surveyors, quantity surveyors, and maybe structural engineers, what have you, he goes to his village for the festive period and he searches diligently for the right builder. Now, when I say builder, I don't mean those who read building technology. I mean builder as per Kole as per Baba bricklayer. As per, you get my point. So this man goes to this recommended bricklayer and then he sits with Baba Sunji and he explains with so much passion why he thinks that using his finance or his $7 billion to build the biggest building in the city and maybe use it for rent house. So he's going to rent as stores, different levels of office stores and things like that. He explains passionately to Babatunji, and Babatunji goes, I understand, sir. He meditates and is like 7 billion. Babatunji is already calculating. This is how my life is going to change. So God used to really change people's story. And Babatunji is like, how many stories do you want? The man says like maybe 14, 25 stores, maybe 25 stores. Babatunji says, so we need to really dig down And Babatunde does one or twos like this, and then he collects this man's money. So he pays a part payment, 60% of 70. See, first and foremost, if they give me 60% of 70 billion. If I was Babatunde, you think say you go find me? If you were Babatunde, we go find you. Oh God, I beg. First and foremost, they give Babatunde 60% of 70 billion. And 1 year after, today makes it year 3, we are still looking for Babatunde. Now, I said all of that story to say this. The easiest way to guarantee failure is to start without the right plan. Desires are good, but desires without a plan is the best way to fail at anything. If failure is all that you desire, start without a plan. A foolish man starts something of importance without a plan. Whether you're entering a new career path, or you're trying to like get a better job, or you're trying to relocate, start a business, what have you, if you start it without a plan, you will fail. If you start it without a plan, you will fail. There's no village person here following you. It's just you, right? Look at generals, for example. They go to the war front from day one. They're planning, strategy meeting, bounce back meeting, this meeting, that meeting, all planning meetings. But you think that I'm too wise. I cannot waste time. Let's just build this thing and get out of the way. You will fail. You will wo odo, or you're just like, I don't really like reading like that too. It's not like this book, they beg me to come here, so I cannot be reading. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the exam hall. When I reach the exam hall, I will look at the question. I will not come back. I will not decide whether or not I should read. Maybe you are smart. You will fail. Your wisdom will cause you failure, my dear. So, plan. Again, what's the first point? The easiest way to fail at a thing is to start it without planning. Number 2, planning doesn't guarantee you success. Just because you plan does not mean it will be successful. But what planning guarantees you is, drum roll, drum roll. What planning guarantees you is clarity. Planning doesn't guarantee you success. Planning gives you clarity. When you're planning, you're putting all of your resources and probabilities on the table. You're weighing options. What if things go this way? What if things go this way? What do I do when this thing eventually does not work out? What is my exit plan? What happens if it looks like my troop is losing at the battlefront? Am I planning to pull them back, or are we dying? Would we all rather die than go back home? Or do we have a plan to at least save like maybe 20 people? I should be a war general. Please don't hire me. Just kidding. But yeah, while planning doesn't guarantee success, planning brings clarity. So let's talk about brainstorming. When you brainstorm, you are opening up your mind to possibilities, options. No answer is wrong. There's no foolish answer. There's no wrong answer. So when you're brainstorming, you're considering options. You're considering what ifs, maybes, possibilities. You're considering realities and things that are very far from real. I watched one old traditional Korean movie. As a Korean girl that I am, stop playing. I watched one old Korean movie, and this guy was planning. Jumong. Jumong was planning, and I think there was a part of his plan that depended on nature to have the right weather condition. When they planned whether if there's fog, that's mist. It's fog they call it now. Yeah. If there's fog, this is how we are going to do it. If there's rain, this is how we're going to do it. If the weather is hot, this is how we're going to do it. And it was just crazy. But plan. Just try to plan. Brainstorming is so good and so amazing. First of all, how not to plan. How not to plan. Don't just plan in your head. Don't just plan in your head. When planning, be specific. Write things down. Don't assume. Don't assume. Don't first and foremost, don't just plan in your head. Make it physical. Don't just make assumptions. Ask questions. Do your findings. Ask people, oh, usually when they are trying to when they are trying to employ for this particular roles, what are the qualities they are looking for in this particular company? Is there one or two people you can reach out to and do your findings from? Number three, I think that's number three now. Ask a friend. I know I just spoke about not assuming, but I think I want to emphasize the point of asking a friend. When you are talking to someone about a plan, understand that nothing is set in stone. Like nothing is fixed yet. Understand that nothing is fixed, and so your plan is always subject to change until you start to execute. And even while you are executing, you don't always have to follow it word for word, letter to letter, letter to letter. Sometimes be flexible, which is our next point. But wait, first, let me finish this one. So, speak to a friend. There is something about speaking to someone else about your plan. That part of explaining yourself to someone else brings clarity. Brings clarity. It's also another way of brainstorming, right? So when you tell, see, I've if there's anything I've learned in this my short life is that if we are five people in a room, all five of us might have a different approach to solving one problem. So usually when I have something that is challenging, I speak to five people and I take all the best of the options, I bring them together and I make it my plan. Keep the right kind of people around you, people whose judgment you trust. Speak to a friend about your plan. All right? Speak to someone about your plan. The next point is be flexible. If your plan is not working, sit down and change it. And don't even wait till your plan is obviously not working. Make out time to replan or review your plan. For example, you have a plan that spans across 12 weeks. Don't wait till week 10 to find out whether or not that plan is working. Have a 1 week check-in. 1 week, am I where I'm meant to be? Is there something I should have started doing that I'm yet to start doing? Is there something that was an obstruction to my plan in the first week that I should stop doing and start focusing on this other one? Intervals, have breaks, seasons that you just step back from the plan and take a holistic look at it again and decide whether or not you want to keep on going. Whatever number we are in. Stay flexible, right? Stay flexible, stay open-minded. Your plan might not always work and nobody hates you. Understand that just like you have a plan, the plan that you have might also have its own plans. For example, I'm just going to make fun of this country right now that I resided. When I started this year, I made plans. I made I made plenty plans. Let's leave my plan by saying I made plenty plans when I started this year. But you see, what I did not know was that the country had a plan for me. The country took me and they planned me. Like, or planned me. They planned for me. See, stay flexible. Part of being flexible is understanding the fact that there are always going to be factors beyond your control, things you cannot do anything about, but you cannot at the same time give up on yourself. What happens when your plan doesn't work? Keep going, get up and keep going. By all means, cry. By all means, call a friend, scream, complain, feel your sadness, but by all means, keep going. Just because the first plan did not work doesn't mean you shouldn't consider planning. Again, remember, planning doesn't guarantee success, but it guarantees clarity. It is the only way. It is the only way you get to consider all your options. When you plan, you consider all your options. You can see. It's like there's something planning does. It's like opening your eyes like this. You get to see what your options are, see exactly circumstances that you will have otherwise not considered if you did not plan. So I challenge you today. Plan. Planning is very important. All right. See you in my next video. In the meantime, let's dance. Bye for now.